Okay, these are the left hand side, that's the back, that's the front. I've decided I'm going to do the two short ones of the dowels. We'll do the long ones as the mortise and tenon and show you a couple of different ways of doing mortise and tenons. So what I want is a 5mm reveal on the legs, and I got these down, they're actually 22, so not 20, and that's okay. I don't mind them being a little bit fat, and so yeah, that's going to be 12 and 5, 17mm. So I've got my marking gauge at 17mm. Now what I've done with my marking gauge is, most people just have a round marking gauge tip. I've actually filed that into a point, so it actually cuts. So we know that that's the length of there, so we'll just go down, marking off that outside edge. We'll just mark, I don't want to go over because I don't want to see it, so just mark it there like that, and we'll just run down that edge. Now so from the outside, coming down, so that's the rear, that's the back, so this is the outside edge. So always try to remember the orientation, and this is the outside leg here. So again, so that gives us marks now for marking out those. And what I'll do is I'll just put a pencil line in there for you, just so you can see that's the pencil line. So the next thing to do is to take the two side pieces, side which is going to be an outside and a top, an outside and a top. This will be the left, that's the back leg, so that's going to sit on there. So because we're doweling, we need to find the centre here. The easiest way to do it is sort of eyeball where you think the centre is. Just tighten it, give it a little prick. About a millimetre out, half a millimetre out. Okay, so there's our centre, and again, always working from the outside edge, we just want a line. Now, on this, we only need to do one, because once we've set the doweling jig up, it will be the same for all of them. Because of the size of this, I'm only going to use 2 pins, so we're going to set the marking gauge up again, and we're going to look at coming in about 15 mils. So I might go 20 mil and 20 mil. So this is the top of the board. Again, we're always registering off Looks about right. Lock that into place. So now we can just put the line down there like that. Next thing, of course, is we need to mark it on these posts. So again, coming in from the top, looking at the line we've already put, and we just want to put a couple of crosshairs on it. And with the others as well. And we'll do that on all 4 of the legs. So now we know where we need to centre the drill bit to draw out those holes. So the legs we'll do on the drill press, and these was remembering which is the outside face. Because the outside face is what everything's registered from. I just want to transfer these lines to the outside edge. Just so that I can see them. Because then all I'll do is put that into there, and I can slide this along. I'll show you in a second. You see what I've done here is I've lined that up with the dowel jig. The next thing I want to know is if I'm in the right position on my line. I'm just going to drop a 10mm drill in there. I'm just going to spin it. I'm going to whip this off and have a look, and yep, I'm right where I want to be. So put this back on. Okay, I know this height from there to the top of the wood is 35mm, and I want to put 25mm in. So I'm going to mark my drill bit at 60mm, and you know, you can get little fancy clips that will screw onto your drill bit. To be perfectly honest, I don't particularly like them. I think they can come loose a little bit too easily. So I just like to use a little bit of blue tape. Okay, so all in place for the first hole. Always pays to plug it in, doesn't it? And we just drill down to the tape line. That is why I use a big electric drill. Yeah, battery drills are all very well and good, but they're not as quick as that. Right. And now we just repeat that on. Okay, two things I've done because it makes it a lot easier when you're batching them out. I've put the fence so that I know if I'm up against that fence with the outside edge, then all my holes are going to be in the same place. The other thing I'm going to do is I've carried those lines across. Now look at where that's going into the centre, and I'm just going to put a pencil line on the fence. That means that each time I want to drill, all I have to do is take that line to that line on the fence and drill the hole, so I can bunch them out all very quickly. Now we'll do that with the other legs. Remembering to come in from the opposite side when you're doing the other legs, because you've always got to be on that outside edge. Alright, now again, making sure we've got the correct orientation, the right ones, going to the right places. We're just going to do a little test fit, so just put the pegs in the end. And that's the right. So that's the right. That's up. That's the outside. That's the outside. There you are, just like I bought one. Okay, that's me reveal I was after. Sure, of course, we've got the orientation all correct. Just use a little bit of scrap because I don't want to bruise the leg. And you very quickly have a finished joint. So now we know that works. So we've got that side of it done. Now we'll start with some of those clever mortise and tenon joints, but we'll do it the easy way.